Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Turn it up, y'all. Peak flow. Are you ready? Set. Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Steady.
I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports.
We are just across the Allegheny River from downtown Pittsburgh at rain-soaked Heinz Field in the Steel City. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Seattle Seahawks and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Two one-loss teams set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the first pick of the second round back in 2001, and that's the veteran Drew Brees.
Drew Brees' accomplishments have been borderline astounding. When you look back at what people thought about him coming out of college, so-called height issue, you name it, he can do it, and boy, does he prepare well for each and every game.
Yellow waiting.
Brees now on first down. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, it was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Throwing now is Brees. There again is Cooks, complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Throwing again on second down. Brees. Jeffrey Simmons brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. Now Brees on third down. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 35. Brees going to come up here, 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Working from the gun, it's Brees. This goes to Mack on the check down. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. Brees going to come up here, 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. And an alley to run. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Now that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Now we'll carry from Mack. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now Brees. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And Myers able to knock it through. But hang on, a flag is down. Now, if it's on the defense, they might decline it and take the points. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So a special teams mistake on the field goal try leads to a new set of downs inside the red zone.
Check safety, check safety.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 4 yards on the dump off at second down. On second down, here's a run with Mack. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Marlon Mack, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Steelers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the fourth quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
Yeah, it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. They'll run here with a former Steeler. This is Le'Veon Bell. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. DJ Reader there on the tackle.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
A good kick, 49 yards, just 3 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense. It's here, 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they got out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. On 2nd down now, it's Mack, and he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. This will probably be the last play of the quarter. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On play action, it's Breeze. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Sack, baby! Sack, baby!
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Not sure what you're thinking here, partner, but I believe the officials have done a nice job here getting together and then coming out and indicating that there was a receiver in the area.
Absolutely, and he was in the area. Correct call made. No grounding.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
On 3rd and long, it's Breeze. He'll let this go for the end zone. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Gerald Everett, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now 14-0. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. On the counter, here's Bell. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for 1st. From the gun on 3rd down. Herbert, he gets it to Brown. Good play. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The big man, P.J. Hall, had the path to the QB there. Throwing on 3rd and long. Herbert. Open man, Gronkowski complete. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the 1st. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Looking to throw. Herbert. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on fourth. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. Throwing on first down. Herbert buying time to his left. And he's going to keep it here. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down. Clock running, and the Seahawks, they're running too, trying to speed up to the line of scrimmage. Being chased out left. Well, apart from Kyler Murray, not too many mobile QBs in this year's rookie class, but some good scrambling there to get the first. First down now, but the clock continues to move. From the gun, Herbert. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Alex Erickson, his first touchdown of the new season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
The point after is good, and that'll make our score 14-7. So that drive, 12 plays in length, and it all culminates with a Seattle score. This is taken about 7 yards deep, and no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well.
And a loose football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that, and when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. You've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
60 Pittsburgh. Let's go.
On first down, Herbert got his man. It's Eifert. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now we've got whistles and movement up front. I think this is against Seattle. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Operating from the gun, Herbert. This is caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A.J. Brown with his first career NFL touchdown, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
I don't think it's any state secret to know what they were saying before the start of this drive. Let's go and punch one in the end zone and go into the halftime feeling a heck of a lot better about ourselves. Let's go get this done.
Yeah, tie things up, and then you got a brand new ball game. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. There's Breeze. They'll find Everett there, complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved. So that'll back them up 5. Well, that's a tough, costly penalty, because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start. From the gun, it's Breeze. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. Now Breeze. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll get started up at Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. And it's the Niners who have the lead as those two teams play the second quarter. Terry McLaurin, a touchdown catch in that first half. Next, we'll stay in the AFC South as we fly through Kentucky and on down to Nashville to check on the Tennessee Titans. And you can see there it's the visiting Colts who have the lead in that one. Mike Williams, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's check in at our nation's capital, see what's happening with the Redskins at home at FedEx Field. And you can see they trail the visiting Cowboys. The Cowboys locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentator, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This fielded at the 2. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what you're
trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead is now 21-14. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So here are the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. They lost last week. Actually, not only did they lose, they were shut out, but they've got the lead here right now. They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And he stopped immediately there. Jerry Hughes on the stop. To throw on second down. Herbert caught here by Bell. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They get 17 on that one. Move the chains. First down, Seahawks. Back to throw. Herbert nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack. Looking to throw. Herbert. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. Gronkowski, the intended target. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
Staying on the ground with Matt. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Breeze now. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down. Breeze now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Breeze. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays I'm eking over in your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about an on-air commentary here. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, Things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. They're down now 24-14. Work to do as they come up on a 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Come on, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo! Big ass.
General West.
Check. Lucky. Check 43. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
Hey, Delta. Head up.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. It's a gain of 15, 1st down Seahawks. Now a 1st down carry by Bell. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Carlos Dunlap, the defensive end, the one to bring him down. 2nd and 6. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. He's at the 30. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. That's what they've done all game long.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Let's go.
And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant. You got
It's a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Hey, echo.
52's the mark.
Down.
To throw again, Herbert. And his throw here's incomplete. He was looking for the rookie A.J. Brown there. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Herbert. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage.
Give me some. Give me some.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. 1st down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there. Back to throw. Herbert. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. This is Bell. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. Now after the run by Bell, here's another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Herbert. And an alley to run. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
5.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. And he's going to go down again.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
On 4th down, Herbert. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
The start on the ground with Mack. In on the tackle there, Bobby Wagner coming off a 3rd straight All-Pro season. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They go right back to Mack. They follow up the 1st down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Breeze now to throw. It's caught. Humphreys. 8 yards, 1st down as they're able to convert. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again.
From midfield, here's Breeze. Into the hands of his running back, Marlon Mack. Oh, and Mack has the ball stripped, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much. Under pressure, they got him again. DJ Reader getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on 4th down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. They keep it on the ground. Mack again. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Marlon Mack with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points for the Steelers. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead is now 24. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. 1 play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And the ball is knocked out, and they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. Well, he gets attended to. They'll step aside. So they need to determine if that knee was down before the ball was coughed up.
And they also wanted to make sure that the ball was possessed as they were going through.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
This challenge was initiated by the guys in New York. Taking a look at the play, less than 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, I'm sure the coach wanted to challenge it, so he's probably going to send the New York office a holiday card. So after the INT, it's Breeze. This one caught by Ridley. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Breeze is looking to throw. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Things are rocking easy here in the 4th quarter. They've got to feel pretty good about this one. Actually, they've got to feel excellent. Tough loss in the opener. No way they wanted to go 0-2.
I don't want to read too much into it, but psychologically, is there something much bigger about 0-2 than 0-1?
Oh, without a doubt, and here's the biggest one. Guys like you and me, all the media, are going to talk about, well, you know how hard it is to make the playoffs when you start 0-2, and that starts to work its way through a team.
And now they're working towards 1-1. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Around the NFL, they're in the 4th now in Green Bay. That one has really opened up. The Vikings have just scored again. A win would be their 2nd on the young season. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Herbert nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Throwing on 3rd and long. Herbert escaping the pressure right. He's going to let it fly. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Here's Matt Hawk now as the drive goes backwards. And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. But he will not make the first down marker. That'll be a turnover on downs. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They'll run here with Mack. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11.